Imagine biting into a sandwich that combines the savory richness of ham and turkey, the creamy melt of Swiss cheese, and the irresistible crunch of golden, egg-battered bread. Now, add a dusting of powdered sugar and a hint of sweet jam, and you have the Monte Cristo, a sandwich that's equal parts breakfast indulgence and lunchtime treat. Whether you're craving something a little decadent for brunch or looking to impress friends with a classic that never goes out of style, making a Monte Cristo sandwich at home is easier than you might think. Let's embark on a journey through the process, savoring every detail that turns a simple sandwich into a culinary masterpiece. Begin with the foundation, the bread. Classic Monte Cristo sandwiches are typically made with soft white sandwich bread. Think brioche or challah if you want an extra touch of luxury, though sturdy white bread works beautifully. It's important to use bread that's thick cut but not too dense, so it soaks up the egg batter without becoming soggy. Lay out the slices and let them air for a few minutes. Slightly stale bread actually holds up better during cooking. Next, gather your fillings. High-quality ham and turkey are essential. Choose slices that are neither too thin nor too thick, so every bite gets a balance of flavor without overwhelming the bread. Honey ham brings a subtle sweetness, while smoked turkey adds a savory depth. For cheese, Swiss is the traditional choice. Its nutty flavor and great melting qualities make it ideal. If you're feeling adventurous, you can experiment with Gruyere or Emmental for a more complex taste. Now, assemble the layers. Start with one slice of bread as your base. Lay down a generous but not overflowing layer of ham, followed by turkey, and then a slice or two of Swiss cheese. Top with the second slice of bread. Gently press the sandwich together, ensuring the fillings are evenly distributed. Some prefer to add a light spread of Dijon mustard or mayonnaise to one side of the bread for an extra kick. But the classic version lets the ham, turkey, and cheese shine on their own. With your sandwich assembled, it is time for the signature element, the batter. The Monte Cristo is essentially a savory French toast, so you'll need eggs and milk. Crack 2 or 3 eggs into a shallow dish or pie plate and whisk them together with about a quarter cup of milk. For added flavor, sprinkle in a pinch of salt, a hint of black pepper, and, if you like, a dash of nutmeg. The batter should be well combined and slightly frothy. Take your sandwich and carefully dip both sides into the egg mixture. Allow the bread to soak up some of the batter, but don't leave it in for too long, just enough to coat the surface thoroughly. If you're making multiple sandwiches, you might need to refresh your egg mixture as you go. Now, it's time to cook. Heat a large skillet or griddle over medium heat and add a generous pat of butter. Let it melt until it's foaming but not browning. Place your battered sandwich onto the skillet and let it cook undisturbed for a couple of minutes. The key here is patience. Allow the bread to develop a golden brown crust before flipping. Use a wide spatula to carefully turn the sandwich and cook the other side until it's golden and the cheese inside is beginning to melt. If the cheese needs a little extra help, you can cover the skillet loosely with a lid to trap the heat. Once your Monte Cristo is perfectly golden on both sides and the cheese is deliciously gooey, remove it from the skillet and let it rest for a minute or two. This brief pause allows the cheese to set slightly and prevents the sandwich from falling apart when you slice it. Transfer the sandwich to a cutting board and use a sharp knife to cut it in half diagonally. The reveal is always a delight. Layers of pink ham, tender turkey, and oozing cheese, all encased in a crispy egg-battered shell. Now comes the finishing touch that sets the Monte Cristo apart. Dust the top lightly with powdered sugar. It might sound unusual, but the sweetness perfectly complements the salty, savory fillings. Serve the sandwich hot with a small bowl of fruit preserves or jam on the side. Raspberry preserves are the classic pairing, but strawberry, blackberry, or even a tart cranberry sauce can work beautifully. Dip each bite into the jam and prepare for a symphony of flavors: salty, sweet, creamy, and crisp all at once. If you're serving a crowd, Monte Cristo sandwiches can be made ahead and kept warm in a low oven. Simply place the cooked sandwiches on a baking sheet in a 200-degree oven while you finish the rest. Just before serving, dust them with powdered sugar and set out bowls of jam for dipping. For those seeking a lighter version, the sandwich can be baked rather than fried. Assemble and batter as usual, Then place the sandwiches on a parchment-lined baking sheet. Bake in a preheated 425-degree oven for about 15 minutes, flipping halfway through until the bread is golden and the cheese is melted. The result is slightly less decadent, but still full of flavor. For a touch of elegance, consider adding a sprinkle of fresh herbs, chopped parsley or thyme, over the finished sandwich for color and a hint of freshness. Or serve with a simple green salad dressed with lemon vinaigrette to balance out the richness. The beauty of the Monte Cristo lies not just in its flavors, but in its adaptability. Vegetarians can substitute sautéed mushrooms, spinach, or roasted peppers for the meat, paired with your favorite melting cheese. For a breakfast twist, add a fried egg to the center before assembling and proceed as usual. And if you're feeling nostalgic, pair your sandwich with a classic diner-style milkshake or a cup of strong coffee to complete the experience. Behind every Monte Cristo is a story. Originally inspired by the French croque monsieur, the sandwich became an American classic in the mid-20th century, popularized by restaurants like Disneyland's Blue Bayou. Its unique combination of sweet and savory, breakfast and lunch, has made it a beloved comfort food for generations. Making one at home is a chance to bring that magic to your own table, to enjoy a meal that feels both special and familiar. Let each bite transport you. A little bit of crispiness from the battered bread, a little bit of creamy cheese, the savory meats, and then that surprise of sweetness from the powdered sugar and jam. It's a sandwich that invites you to slow down and savor, to enjoy the interplay of flavors and textures, and to appreciate the simple pleasure of good food made with care. So next time you're looking for something a little out of the ordinary, remember the Monte Cristo. Gather your ingredients, take a little extra time to prepare it just right, and treat yourself to a sandwich that's truly unforgettable. Whether you're sharing it with friends for brunch, serving it as a family weekend treat, or simply indulging on your own, the Monte Cristo is sure to become a favorite in your kitchen. Enjoy every bite, rich, satisfying, and absolutely delicious.